everybody, I'm Erin, and today I'm going to be giving you a review of I Know a Secret by Tess Gerritsen. I'm going to get right into this. It's going to be a short video. This is the 12th book in the Rizzoli Isles series by Tess Gerritsen. This series started with The Surgeon. It's the first book in the series. Maura Isles, Dr. Maura Isles, is a medical examiner in Boston, and Detective Jane Rizzoli is a police officer. Between the two of them, they investigate crimes. Rizzoli is partnered with Detective Frost, who is another interesting character, and as you go through the books, it definitely goes into their personal lives. I don't want to talk too much about that because it'll give things away. Jane Rizzoli is from an Italian family, Boston Italian family, and you get to meet her parents, you meet her brother and other family members, and it's probably what you'd expect from an Italian family in America. Tess Gerritsen herself is a physician, and she writes a pretty detailed book. I mean, these books probably border more on the thriller side than just the police procedural. And I find that I really enjoy the books because of the detail we get. We actually get detail of the actual autopsy. As I do this, like I'm laying open the chest right now to investigate and see what's going on in there. I'm not. Faces I should not make. Sorry. Let me do that closer now. So in this book, we have the mysterious deaths of two people who do not seem to have any link whatsoever, and even the deaths don't seem to have any actual connection. That they've died in different symbolic ways, but the linkage here is that Dr. Isles cannot find the cause of death for either of them. And this is pretty unusual. Like, when you find dead people, usually it's, they've been shot or they've been stabbed or there's drugs or there's something. And so in these cases, there's nothing. She can't figure out what caused their deaths. They weren't suffocated. There's no ligature marks. Ligature marks like jewelry. Sorry, guys. Anyway, so that's kind of the first thing that they have to figure out is how these people are dying. And the fact that there's two of them that appear to be unrelated. In one case, it's pretty grisly, but the scene is not how she died. And same in the second case. In the second case, they find this man on a pier, and he's been shot with arrows, but he was dead before he was shot with the arrows. So then they have to figure out if the cases are linked, and then if they are, what the link is, and then try to solve it. At the same time, as they find this out, they discover you're also following another character who you kind of get a little bit of information about, but they're very short chapters where you're getting the point of view of this other character, Holly. It's very confusing and ambiguous. So the information you're getting there makes you question whether or not she's the perpetrator, whether or not she's going to be another victim, what she knows about the crime, what she knows about what's going on. And then as the story unfolds, you get sort of more of a history, and there's a background to this, and a potentially wrongly convicted man in the 80s. 80s? 90s? I thought it was incredibly layered plot and really detailed. There was a point where I thought I knew what was going on, and I was like, seriously? Come on. You're just phoning it in if this is seriously what you're going to make this turn into. If this is going the direction I think it's going, you just phoned it in, and I am not happy about that. I was ready to give that sucker. I was super low rating when I thought I knew what was going on. I will say that the book ended better than I thought it would, and I did not give it a low rating. She got 4 out of 5 stars. I was much happier with the ending than I thought I was going to be, even though it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Or it was what I thought, it was sort of what I thought it was going to be. I don't want to get it again. It's really hard to talk about this without giving away spoilers, because oh my god, spoilers! This book was thrilling. It was gripping. That last 150 pages, it's 300 or so pages. The first part starts out it's very well paced, right? So it starts out and there's a death. There's a dead body and they're investigating it, you know? You picture the CSI people all standing around a body going, yep, she's dead. And then there's the autopsy. And again, you picture the people standing around the room pretending they don't want to vomit while body parts are being removed from a dead body. Well, organs are being... Anyway. Ugh. A little too much description there, by the way, Tess Gerritsen. Really, really. You start describing the sounds. And the feeling and... Okay. I will say that, like, the descriptions of things, while disturbing and a little bit gross, are very well placed. You will imagine the sound of that brain sliding into the metal bowl that it's going into. Yes, you will. Honestly, if those things bothered me, I probably would have stopped reading these books, but I haven't, so it's not a problem. The book was wrapped up really well, once again. It's awesome to see some progression in their personal lives. So this is a series that does follow the personal lives of the characters as well as their professional lives as detectives and medical examiners. So you hear about Frost's wife / ex-wife and that situation. You hear about Rizzoli's family, her daughter, her husband. You hear about Dr. Rizzoli Isles' relationships and where the direction that's going. And I like that too. I appreciate that these are human beings with real characteristics and they're awesome. They're just really great people. They're not great people. They're great characters to want to read about. And then as the pace goes along, right? So we've got, they find the body, they've got the autopsies going on, and then things start picking up. And they start interviewing more suspects, and they're following people, and they're like all of a sudden there's just more and more and more going on, and all these balls up in the air, and you're wondering how it's all going to get resolved and how they're going to figure out who's actually doing it. So, I mean, that's pretty much your standard thriller description, but when it's done well, like Tess Gerritsen does, it is a really hard book to put down. And so for the last, I'd say 125 pages, I wanted to go to bed last night and I could not put it down. I could not. I stayed up to finish it well after when I should have gone to bed because I needed to know what was going on. And let's be honest, that is the hallmark of a good thriller. It'll keep you up at night, and this one did. Have you read Rizzoli Isles? Have you read any of the books? Have you watched the TV series? What are your opinions? What are your thoughts? Have you read this book? Because it is fairly new. Let me know. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.